Hey everyone, you're listening to the Visually Stunning Movie Podcast, the place to come if you just want to listen to some guys BS about movies the way you BS about movies, only slightly more intelligently, we hope. Be sure to visit our website at vsmoviepodcast.com. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Apple News, Google Play, Stitcher, basically any place you want to listen to us, you can hear us. And remember, if you like what you hear, don't forget to share us with your friends. Now, let's get on with the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Visually Stunning Movie Podcast. This is Mark. I got another screener for you, another horror movie. This one called The Nursery, directed by Christopher Miklos and Jay Shapiro, written by Christopher Miklos, starring Madeline Conway, Carly Rae, James Sauer, Emmeline Fredericks, David Shapiro, Marco Lama, and a few other people. Okay, so horror movies are fun because they're either terribly, terribly good or terribly, terribly bad. I've had a run of horror movies to talk about for you guys. Some of them have been pretty terrible. Some of them have been okay. This is going to fall into the okay range, surprisingly. The basics is when Renee agrees to babysit for a family with a tragic past, a run-of-the-mill Saturday night quickly turns into a confrontation with unspeakable horror. Babysitter horror movie. A classic trope. Her friends come over, another classic trope, and weird things start to happen. First, let me just say that in every horror movie that takes place in a house, don't these houses have the hugest basements? I mean, these things go on from, I have a 500 square foot house, but a 3,500 square foot basement. All of it dark, creepy, and filled with boxes designed to hide shit that's going to kill you. That being said, this is interesting because it incorporates technology in a way to bring the ghost. I won't say ghost. The supernatural occurrences in and out of our characters' lives. They use a smartphone. They use a Skype video calling variant. They also have an app called Snappy Slap because apparently Snapchat isn't allowed to be used because they would have had to pay a lot of money to use Snapchat. So it's Snappy Slap, which is a really cool app because it sounds cool. Hey, dude, I just slapped you. So they use that, and that helps integrate the things that are going on. So that was kind of unique. The camera work is solid, even if sometimes they telegraph things through the camera movements in a way that they didn't need to, which is sad, but I'll chalk that up to early directorhood, choosing your camera movements. Lighting is useful in this film. I won't go into too much detail for fear of ruining it for you, but suffice it to say that the lighting choices they make, you can key off of certain things on that. Little bit of low production value because they did shoot in one location in a house, so they're dealing with limited space and lighting and things like that. But overall, I was not too put out by that. It was nice as an East Coaster, even though this seems to take place in Wisconsin, to see that. It was really weird because Renee calls her little brother back in Utah, and he talks about the crick behind the house. As an East Coaster, I grew up saying crick. You grew up playing in cricks. It was nice to hear that word, even though it's not really a Utah-ism. And I know that because I live here now, and people look at me funny when I say that. But that was kind of fun to see. There is a twist at the end, which they do, as in most horror movies, tell you that it's going to happen. They tell you that early, but you have to be paying attention. I caught it because it was very, very quick, but it jumped out. It jumped out at me for no reason I can think of. I kind of wasn't really paying attention, but for some reason that particular aspect jumped out at me, and as the movie went on, not long after that, it popped up in my head, and I was like, that's it. That's what's going to happen. And I was right, but I wasn't disappointed about it. So neither should you be. Overall, I'm going to give this movie about a 5.5, 6, because it is an early effort and it does have some issues, but I think overall it was fairly enjoyable to watch. If you like, closed set, babysitting, kind of creepy parent vibe horror movies, it's okay. It's totally adequate for a Saturday night if you want to scare your girlfriend, if nothing else. So that's pretty much it. So there you go, 5.5, 6 out of 10 for what it is. It's not too bad. Till next time, we will see you around. Bye bye.